Welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the show. We are here, we are excited, and I am just so happy to be here. But before we start, let's just give a round of applause to this guy, okay? Let's give him a because he did his big one, okay? I am so proud of him. He not only, wrong prompter. Okay. He not only did his thing, he just did such amazing job of sinners. I don't know. And look at Viola Davis. She was one of the people that delivered his speech. Well, not his speech. His told him that he won. But let's go back to this guy right here. Okay, Michael B. Jordan. Okay, won an Oscar, and this is like such a big thing for so many different reasons. Okay, number one, it's so refreshing to see a black man, African American, to see such a stature, like the way he carries himself. I appreciate the way he speaks. I appreciate, not to mention, he is a handsome young man, a handsome individual. But one of the things that I love about this guy is the way he has his mother around, the way that because this is a very handsome man, right? He could have any beautiful woman that I'm sure wouldn't mind being by his side. And the fact that he has his mother at his side, it just says a lot about him. And I believe his dad was there as well. We have Samuel J. Jackson in the cut over there, and my girl Viola Davis. Can we speak about this color and this dress on her? She looks so beautiful. And I want to, now this woman don't, she doesn't know me. Okay, I'm looking for, what is that? I want to, okay, so I read her book, okay, which is called Finding Me, and I took some time to jot down a couple of things in my planner when I was finished reading this book, because this book, honestly, like, it touched me in such a way. She was so candid. Like, you know, when you see somebody and they have a way of expressing themselves and being and sharing intimate moments about their personal life, it says a lot about the individual. So I really appreciate how in depth, when I say in depth, she went in her book. But I want to discuss some of the things that stuck out to me. This is, for those who doesn't know, this is Women's National Reading Month, March, and I wanted to dedicate this month to Viola because I did finish her book a couple of months ago. I read her book. I believe it was like it was January. I believe it was January. Her book was one of the first books that I read for 2026, and it didn't fall short. Okay, so one of the things, the first thing on my list was love. The love Miss Viola Davis has for her family, the love that she had. This woman had so much love for her family, and they've been through some stuff. They've been through some things, and the love that she had for her family just really touched me because, when we get money, the first thing we want to do is get away from everybody, right? And the fact that she loved her family, good, bad, and all, like all of the highs, the lows that her family went, because she went through a lot of abuse. She saw a lot of abuse. So that says a lot about her. And second, the love that Miss, I like to, I'm respectful, Miss Viola Davis has for her art. She went to Juilliard. For those who doesn't know, she went to Juilliard to study performance, and the fact that she dedicated her life to her art and gave so much passion, and she went to school in a time where it wasn't a lot of black faces there to that was performing art. Like, of course there was black actresses, but there was a certain way, you know a work form that they wanted, to for everybody to learn, and even down to the makeup. And she's a black woman, so she had to push past all those barriers in order to find her voice. So that definitely stuck out to me. Third was her ability to shine whenever. Let me turn the page. Because I was really serious, guys, as you can see. Okay, her what was it? Her ability to shine whenever things, when everything and everyone was telling her her dreams were like not good. Like she was like thinking like she was going to like she was thinking to ahead. And I find that a lot of times when we have a dream within ourselves, right? And this is why you hear hold your dreams tight to yourself and don't share it with many or at all, because people have a way of deflating your dreams. Like, my dream is for me. Who are you to tell me that I cannot achieve the thing? Because 9 times out of 10, the person is telling you that you cannot achieve what you want to achieve. If you look at their life, they didn't step out of or even try to accomplish their dreams, at least not the ones that you're trying to accomplish. So never let somebody step on your dreams. So I really appreciate how she was able to move past the dream killers, and her ability to shine light and exude light wherever she was in her story. And I also loved her ability to shine. This woman is just such a radiant sight to see. She's just, I love the way she speaks. I love her vocal. I just loved her depth. And in my opinion, Miss Viola Davis brings a particular type of essence to the big screen, a rawness that a lot of people are not willing to share, because everybody want to be cute to cute, right? Nobody want to get down and dirty. And I appreciate how she's able to like just get like raw dog it. I love that about her. At least one of the things I love about her. And another one was her ability to show up and perform no matter her personal life, whether that be having enough food, clothing, or running water. Let me tell you, this lady went through it, okay? And this is why when we see people shine, when we see people in a place in their lives where they are moving ahead or moving along, it's really discomforting when people start to hate. You don't know, you don't know the strife and the struggles a person had to endure to get to where they are. Okay? And this is why we should celebrate instead of being crabs in a barrel, bringing everybody down, right? We should celebrate one another. Whenever we see somebody, I know for myself, whenever I see anyone progressing and moving ahead, that it stirs a fire in me. It pushes me. It lets, first of all, it lets me know that it's possible for me. Like, if they can do it, then I can do it too, right? And even if I don't get to a particular, because it's not about being like anybody else, right? What is that old saying? I don't know if it's an old saying, but it is a saying. What did I say? It says observe, kind of like. Well, I'm gonna paraphrase. Observe like an artist. Like, wait. observe like a artist and still like a artist. I'm saying it wrong, but it's not coming to mind right now. But you should take in the person, right? And steal what you can, because not everything is that, because you'll never be Elizabeth, right? It's only one Elizabeth. It's only one me, right? So it would be not wise of myself to try to be like Miss Viola Davis. I could never be her. Her essence, that is her, right? My essence is me. We're not in competition with one another. I think this is something that we should really work on, because it does help it does help your self-esteem, because when you realize that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, faults and all, mistakes and all, that's when you set yourself free. And that's when you're able to create on a level that will allow you to breathe a new life into whatever you're creating, right? I'm really trying to remember, what is that phrase? Still like a, leave a comment down below if you know that phrase that I'm talking about. Anyway, so I love her ability to show up no matter what, because life can life, and we are always put, well, yeah, life will life, and you find yourself in circumstances where it's like, you want to give up. And she was, let me tell you something. You want to read her book again. The book is, I'm over here promoting her book because I really feel like every woman should read it, regardless of race or creed. Finding Me. She went in on that book. Some of the things I was like mortified. I was like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know that she was going through that. And how could I? I don't know her, but you just never know. Okay. And another one was her letting herself receive love from a good man. Could we give a hand clap to that? Could we give we're gonna give an applause. We gave one to, here we go. Is that a, is it applauding? I don't know if it's applauding. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Wait. Her ability to let herself be loved by a good man. Let me tell you something. A lot of times when women come from a sense of who have experienced abuse in any way, who has been discouraged, been told that they weren't enough, been put down, just all the negative thoughts that people Harvard within themselves over the years, can really put themselves in a place of loneliness and not allowing a good man to love them, right? And we're always saying, you always hear people say, oh, I just want a good man. I just want a good man. But are you good? Are you good? Are you good and ready for that good man? You got to think about that. Have you done the inner work? Have you healed yourself? Right? Another one, her, wait, what was it? Her marriage. And her ability, she had really good friendships. I love that about her. Um, Her acting, her depth, just her ability to just really give of herself to her art, really put her in the number one plateau for me. So again, this is Women's Reading Month, and I wanted to dedicate my 2 cents towards Viola Davis, and which leads me into, I have a gift for you guys. I have a gift for you guys. Guys, I've been working on this particular course for a very long time. And I would just like, I treated it like it was a elephant. Not that, no puns intended, but an elephant that I would just like bite at a little bit at a time. a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And now we're here. This is something that was put on my heart to create for you guys that I believe that will help you heal and put you in a class and put you in a class in a space where your nervous system can be regulated, guys. You guys know I've been mentioning about healing your nervous system, and I like to put into action the things that I've been talking about because I just feel like, as women especially, our nervous system has been for centuries put to the test. And giving yourself the ability to heal and reconnect and just be, right? Because think about it, if you don't allow yourself the privilege of doing the mirror work, healing yourself, taking special time to heal your body, doing the stretches, doing showing up for yourself. You're just not going to be able to progress in the way that life intended you to be, with that God intended you to do. And I believe that when you allow yourself the gift of healing your nervous system, guys, you will be in a space of serenity. You will be able to receive the gifts that God has put forth for you. And until you start to heal, until you start to do the work, guys, I'm sorry to say, you're not going to be able to be in the you're not going to be able to reach the next level of your life feeling deserving, feeling like you belong, right? And you know what I'm talking about. We all have been, and I know I have been in those situations where I've been in rooms and felt like, oh my God, like, do I belong here? Oh my God, I don't feel like I fit in. That's because of the way you feel internally. You haven't been sitting with yourself. You haven't healed that little girl that has been scared, that has been suffering, and it doesn't allow you to reach and be in your full potential. So be sure to check those out, as well as, guys, this is like a lot of commercials here. I am still trying to like see how to, wait, hold on. I did something. Hold on, guys. Oh, here we go. You guys been seeing it every night. Every night we have a reflection that goes up at 7 o'clock on the podcast channel. So be sure to subscribe to that channel, where you will be gifted evening reflections. They are meditative, they are thought provoking, and I believe that when we are able to come to a place of reflection, this will allow us to perform better, be happier during the day. When you do the work, guys, it shows. It shows up in your finances. It shows up in your personal life. It shows up with the people that you encounter. It just shows up. So be sure to check that out. So let's get into it. Ooh, that was a lot, guys. That was a lot. One woman show here, but we doing it, okay? We doing it. So let's get into it. Let's dive in, okay? So I am Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars, guys. And the mind body connection. Here's something many of us don't fully realize. Your thoughts govern the way your body feels. That sickness, that pain, that stress weighing you down, your thoughts playing a big role than you might think. Why? Because the mind governs the body. Where the mind goes, the body follows. I, of course, took some time to draw a little something for you guys. If I could just, here we go. If I could just get it, here we go. Okay, so we just, get my little pen here. Where the mind goes, the body follows, right? And we have A here, meditating, right? Meditating, getting the mind right. Now, when you sit down with yourself, guys, what you allow yourself, you allow your nervous system to calm down. When you breathe and you allow yourself to feel the oxygen going in and out of your breath, you not only heal your body, you release the challenges that the day has put upon you. Right. Because as I said, where the mind goes, the body follows. Right? When you find yourself stressed, overwhelmed, or unable to think, radiate that mental energy. Which brings us to B. What about if you can radiate that mental energy into thoughts that will benefit you, right? Because when you take time to meditate, when you take time to see from within what happens, you start to discover new ideas. You start to allow the universe to bring you to a space of reflection. Because I believe that God has already put within you the answers, the ideas, all the things that will allow you to get to the next level. But you're not going to be able to get to this point unless you take time to do this. And a lot of people find it really hard to sit with themselves. I know because I was one of them. I remember the first time that I tried to meditate, guys, it was not funny. I didn't realize how jittery I was. I didn't realize how hard it was for me to stay still. I, I didn't realize that sitting with myself was going to be that uncomfortable, right? And when you do this, you allow yourself to heal. You allow yourself to heal because, again, putting on the makeup, doing the things, doing putting on the makeup, doing the stuff that we do as women, it is helpful, but it's not a foolproof. It's not foolproof because what happens is we get to a point of burnout, right? We get to a we find ourselves in a position where nails done, going out to eat, buying a new outfit, doing all the things, right? Those are quick fixes. Those are things that will allow you temporary comforts, right? Uh-oh, we over here. Okay. When you take, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. What is the, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, so we got this one, but we want it to be, wait, hold on. I think I'm doing something. Okay, wait. Wait. Here we go. When we, okay, here we go. I think I pressed something. Okay. I know what's going on, but maybe I shouldn't be on this particular one. Let's see. Maybe this one. But this one is giving this one. Okay. You know what? We're going to just stay here because I don't want to mess anything up, and I feel like I was overdoing it. But anyway, when we don't take the time to sit with ourselves, when we don't take the time to realize that, look, life is going to life, but we owe ourselves to sit down and reconnect with our bodies. This is the only way, guys, that I find that it will allow you to hear God's voice, will allow you the benefit of coming to a space and a time in your life where you can now form a plan. We say all the things that we want, but do you have a plan? Do you have a thought? Do you even know what you want? Do you have an idea of what you want? People say they would like to get in relationships. Do you know the type of person that you want to be in your relationship? Because a lot of times we want to say, oh well, I want him to be this, I want him to be that. But what type of person are you willing to be in that relationship? Because why would the Creator God give you a sound mind person when you're not sound mind? When you're not doing the work? You barely could sit down for 5 minutes. I know for myself, it was really hard for me to meditate for a very, very long time. You want to itch, you want to things is hurt, you can't breathe right. So many things is happening, and you're like, why all this thing? Why am I experiencing all of this now that I'm trying to sit down now that I'm trying to sit still, right? And it's because in a monkey mind, you're it's a new practice. So have mercy on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Understand that this is new and you're just starting off. And even if you could stay still for maybe start off with 2 minutes. Start off with two, work yourself up to three, work yourself up to five, and so forth. Right? It's not a race. It's not about being perfect. It's about setting intention so you can be in a space where you can hear. So you can hear and you can start to formulate and create the life that you know you were meant to live. Right? And when you sit down with yourself, you start to realize and fine tune ideas that you didn't even realize that you had. Right? And this is one of the reasons why I love to write. I love to write because it gives me the ability to hear what's going on internally, right? I'm here for the win. Okay? Whatever's going to work. If it's good for me, I'm going to do it. And honestly, I've always loved writing since I was a little girl. I was a big journal person. I'm still a journal person. I was a journal person before I even knew it was a thing, okay? I remember putting stickers and going to the store and getting a whole bunch of cute little stick-on stickers. And I remember back in the day, I don't know if you remember, maybe I'm dating myself, but okay, those stickers, the what was this, scratch and sniff, you remember those? And you remember the Cabbage Patch Kids? Anyway, so I would put all these different stickers on my journal, and it just made it fun. It doesn't have to be so serious. Life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. I know we're adults, and I know life is serious. I know things are happening, but you can still exude a sense of lightness, right? Because look at kids. You ever observe how children play in the park? They are going, like, it's just a free fall. They're falling, they're laughing, they're spitting, they're doing all the things, right? And never is a moment where they're just like overthinking about it, right? Somewhere along the line, as we become adults, we lose this sense of happiness, this sense of freeness. And I just believe, I one of the things I do believe, that we can heal ourselves from a sense of falling in love with ourselves again, right? Listening to the heart, stretching your body, learn feeling good in your body. There's this thing that I practice, and it's called, well, I didn't even know it was a practice, but I just love to do it, and it's naked yoga. The best, the best, because you are just free, stretching, putting yourself in different positions while you are naked. There is something beautiful about the human body, right? And there's nothing to be ashamed, no matter what size, how big, how thin, how small, how tall. You are beautiful just the way you were built. Think about it. You are a masterpiece because there's no one like you. There's no one like you. Okay? And even if you are a twin, there's always something different. I don't know, maybe something like their heads or something. If you notice, there's always a difference. Anyway, so taking time out to breathe and sitting down with yourself, I believe, will allow you over time, because like I said, doesn't happen overnight, will allow you the ability to get to a space where you can think clearly, right? And what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Like, what is the first thing you do when you wake up? Think about it. Do you scroll on your phone? Do you reach for your phone endlessly scrolling? Do you let your thoughts run wild, taking you wherever they want? But here's a better way to start your day. Begin with words of affirmation before you do anything. Speak life into yourself. I am worthy. I am blessed. I am able. Thank you for healing me, because as you sleep, your body heals. Thank you for using this time to heal, right? Last night. Thank your body. Thank God for waking you up in the morning. These practices will allow you the benefits of not only healing yourself, but healing your soul, healing your nervous system. We live in a space where everything is whole, is calling your attention, guys. Healing your nervous system allows you the luxury of living a life of freedom. It does. Because here's the thing, the things that we say about ourselves paints the future. How you perceive yourself paints your reality. Everything that you say, you are painting your present moment. It's not just, oh, I want this, I want that. What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying? Are you saying, oh, I wish I wasn't so stupid when I made the. No. Have mercy for yourself. If anything, I like to say something like, you know what, I made it. Wow. Okay. I'm going to correct that. That wasn't the best move. you know what? I'm going to try better next time. I didn't know, so I did the best that I could. Instead of beating down on yourself for making a human act. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. We live in an unperfect world as unperfect human beings, but yet we want to be perfect all the time. This is something that I struggled for years, guys. It wasn't something I used to think. I used to being a Virgo moon. Thank you guys. Let me tell you something. If you know Virgos, then you know what I mean. I would strive for that perfection. Okay? And all it did was just drop my nervous system. All it did was cause heartache and pain and misery for not only myself, but everybody that was around me. Okay? Because I was like a sergeant. Okay? There's no such thing. So have compassion with yourself, right? Because I remember being young and being a young mother, I had no choice at that time to be in survival mode because I had nothing. I didn't have a window or a pot to throw it out of. I was on the mercies, okay, of my mom, my family, okay, with a young child on my own. It was hard. It was rough. Finding, being able to put food on a table, that was a task of itself, right? So my nervous system, I was living in fight or flight mode, which became my norm, right? Because we go through things in life, and then after a while, we get out of those things. We by the grace of God, right? Are you have moved past, you have accomplished, but for some reason, for one reason or the next, we still take those old hurts, those old belief systems along the way like luggage. Even when life looks beautiful, even when life, everything has changed, but we still are doing the same things, not realizing that we need a tune up, right? You know how you take your car to get checked up, right? To get a tune up, you need a tune up. You need a tune up. And I believe when you take time to meditate, I don't want to like, okay, I think we here. When you take time to meditate and you take time to realize that you sitting down with yourself will ultimately bring you here, right? This is where we want to be. We want to start here, jittery and all, right? Understanding, having grace for ourselves, understanding that this is something new. This is something that new that we're starting. But eventually, over the course of time, we'll find ourselves here, right? And this is where you get the downloads. This is where the universe, right, allows every single thing that you didn't realize that you wanted and needed in your life. It starts to show up. It starts showing ideas. It starts showing even finding a book in yourself. You're not going to know potentials within you. God has for you. Right? Right? You gotta start from A, and I believe when you finally of receiving, girl, Guys, I don't even know what happened. I'm on my phone right now. But I guess we're going to end this. I don't know if it's still recording, but it seemed like it still is. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys because I truly believe that when you allow yourself the gift of healing your nervous system and coming in a place of sovereignty and realizing that God love is here for you, the skies is the limit. Be sure to check all the links down below so you can be privy of all the things I have coming up. Again, be sure to head on over so you can receive your free gift that I know that you are going to love. Guys, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Peace.